All of us have heard the saying, Neki kar, kuve mein daal. Do good and forget about it. But what if I told you that this simple saying holds the secret to well being, prosperity, and peace of mind in your life? Let us dive deeper into it. Nekikar means doing good. But what is good? It is about giving value. It is about giving your best and truest in every act you do, however simple. Whether it is a product, a service, or even a smile, how you put into it with engagement, love, and intention really matters. It is about giving your best in every action. But kuve mein daal, that is where the magic lies. Once you have done your part, just forget about it and let go. Do not attach to the outcome. You have done your part. Move on. Detachment protects the purity of your action. Now, it is not just about value exchange, you giving value wherever and giving your best blindly and unconsciously everywhere. It is about intelligent and conscious value exchange. Not every good act holds the same value in every situation. It depends on the person, the place, and the time. For example, giving food to a hungry child is of immense value, and on the other hand, giving food to somebody who is already full is absolutely waste. So it is about doing good with awareness, which is called intelligent kindness, and it comes with practice, because practice is what leads to wisdom. It does not come by thinking about it, but by being aware about it, by being present in your context, understanding your context completely, and then spontaneously acting from it. I'll tell you a little story to exemplify this point more. Once I had hired a carpenter, and he was extremely skilled and very hardworking, very committed to his work. And he did his work flawlessly with a lot of discipline, and the quality of his work was also really amazing. And then later, after some time, he asked me for some money for his marriage, and I eagerly gave him 50,000 rupees. And it has been 4 months since I lent him that money, but he has not been able to return it. Am I worried about it? Not at all. I am not expecting that money to come back to me. Those 50,000 rupees spent on his marriage was of far greater value than those 50,000 rupees lying with me in my bank or wherever. And this is because I see money as a shared planetary resource. It is not something very personal which I own. Actually, there is nothing on this planet that you own. It is a shared planet where we are sharing resources. And what does sharing mean? That a resource should go where it has the highest value, wherever that resource can contribute in the best possible way. So in that situation, those 50,000 rupees needed to be with him. And when the money or any other resource goes where it matters, it multiplies. And it always finds its way back. That is how the universe behaves in its grand scheme of things. Let me give you another example, a quite opposite one to the one we discussed. And this was a time when I was living in the mountains and my scooty was lying unused. And a college student came up to me and asked me if I could lend my scooty to him. I just blindly trusted him and gave away my scooty. A few months later, the scooty was damaged and he wouldn't even return it to me, asking me instead to pay money to him. Was I taken advantage of in this situation? Maybe yes. But if you look at it deeply, it was my own ignorance that took advantage of me. And that is how the universe teaches you lessons by your own behavior, your own ignorance. There is a cause and effect, and through that you learn a lesson. It would not help me to blame that person that how he handled the scooty. It is instead for me to learn a lesson from this story that I contributed without the understanding of the person or the context completely. And that is not neki kar kuve mein daal. That is neki kar पर बिना सोचे समझे कहीं भी डाल. So goodness without awareness actually becomes foolishness. And not just these two examples, if you look into your life, every day, every hour, every moment, we are doing little actions, and each one of these actions there is an opportunity to contribute with our heart. Take for example cooking, preparing a meal for your family. If I prepare a meal with half my heart while I am distracted and half my mind is somewhere else, I will not enjoy the activity. The food might not turn out delicious because I am not paying attention to it, and those whom I serve, they might not even enjoy the food. So it is a loss for everyone. While on the other hand, if I prepare the food with my full engagement, undistracted attention, give it all my love, not just I would enjoy the activity of cooking, but the entire process will become so loving and expansive for all of us that it would massively contribute to the well-being and happiness of the entire family and enhance the environment, which is true value exchange and enhancement. We can even understand this through the analogy of the stock market for those of you who are investment savvy. When you invest in the stock market, you don't go after hype, that which stock is being talked about and what your friends are recommending, what is being talked about in the news. You really go by fundamental analysis. A stock or a company whose fundamentals are strong, even if it is underpriced, you will invest in it and then patiently wait for the returns to come to you. So doing good is very similar. When you give value in relationships, in business, in service, the value compounds over time and eventually comes back to you. It may not always come in the form of money, but it may come to you in so many different forms, in the form of opportunities, in the form of mutual trust, and most importantly in the form of joy, because you are fully engaged and committed to what you are doing. Every small conscious act builds invisible equity in your life, just like a long-term stock portfolio. So Neki kar kuve mein daal does not mean forget your wisdom. It means forget your attachment. And like we said, wisdom comes through practice. And what kind of practice? Conscious, aware, mindful action with complete commitment and engagement. And every action gradually will transform how you live your life moment to moment. Do good wisely wherever it holds the highest value, and then let go. The universe will handle the rest. Because in the grand balance sheet of life, no true goodness ever gets unreturned. Thank you for listening to this. I hope this helped put some light on doing good and the age-old saying, Neki kar kuve mein daal. If it helped you, do share it with others. Do the act of goodness by spreading it, sharing it, and even commenting with your feedback, so that I could produce content that is of higher and higher value. Thank you all so much. Much love. Bye-bye.